Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Traffic Report. My name is Joe. I'm happy to be here. And so many things are going through my mind this morning. Sandy Armstrong, if you are listening right now, Sandy Armstrong, she hit me up on Facebook. She sent me a private message. And she wanted to know about that abort the mission switch. Remember that switch in the video? Have you guys registered for the webinar tonight? If you register for the webinar tonight, you're going to see there's a video. It's really, really cool. I love this video because it says so much. That one hunk, that one video says so much to me, man. Honestly. Houston, we have a problem. How many of us have said that? How many of us have said, Houston, we have a problem? Houston, we have a problem. Have you ever said that? Have you ever heard anybody say that? Do you really know what that means, Houston, we have a problem? It's from that movie, Apollo 13. That's the launch video that we have running right now in the registration page for tonight's webinar. Do you watch that launch thing? If you look at that thing, it is amazing. It really speaks to me personally. I love that movie. Have you ever seen Apollo 13? Ron Howard was the guy who put it together. It's got Tom Hanks in there. Kevin Bacon is in there. Lieutenant Dan is in there from Gary Sinise from Forrest Gump. But this movie, if you want to talk about definition of purpose, okay, definition of purpose, watch the movie Apollo 13. Now, I put it into the video. I put that video in there. I set up that webinar registration page, by the way. And I put the video in there for a reason, and it's because it's about launch, right? It's about launch. It's about let's launch. Let's relaunch. We've already come through pre-launch. And we have hundreds of people who join us. I think about 100 people asked to be admitted to the Facebook page in the last 10, 12 hours. Momentum is really beginning to take hold here with our traffic authority. It really is. It really is. And so for the benefit of people who are brand spanking new, maybe you're joining us today for the very first time. Maybe it's your very first week. I see people on Facebook going, oh, it's my first week. It's my first day. What do I do? What do I do? Well, you just watch the videos. You show up for the radio. You plug in. You do the thing, and boom, as we say. But we can launch our business every single day. Every single day we can make a commitment, a renewed commitment to launch our business. And that's the metaphor in that little video that I have in the registration page. Now, if you've yet to register, you can go to Traffic Web Live, okay, trafficweblive.net, okay, trafficweblive.net. That's the registration page for the webinar. I posted it on Facebook yesterday. And Sandy Armstrong, she was asking me this morning on Facebook, what about fear? Okay, like because if you watch that little video that's there on the registration page for tonight's webinar at trafficweblive.net, there's one scene where Tom Hanks, who's the commander, right? He's the guy who's the commander of Apollo 13, and he's laying there on his back as the engines are rolling and the thing is vibrating, and it's just magnificent, right? If you have a big screen TV, watch that movie and turn it up. It will blow your mind. And as that machine, that gigantic rocket, and these three small bodies, these three spirits are in the capsule, and this gigantic monstrosity of human initiative, this gigantic thing, they've got the gall, the unmitigated gall, to shoot a rocket towards the moon, and then land a capsule on the rocket on the moon, and then have that capsule take back off and come back to Earth, and they actually got it done. You want to talk about some guts, right? But there's a scene in that at the very beginning where Tom Hanks is looking, and they're looking, as the thing is about to launch, and all the gauges are happening, and everybody's saying, yes, we're good to go, we're good to go. And there's a scene in that, there's a shot in that little sequence there where he looks, and there's a dot that says abort. All he's got to do is turn the button, and the whole thing stops. So Sandy Armstrong, she hit me up. She goes, I have to ask you a question. Is that about fear? He could succumb to fear, right? What is about to happen to these three guys? Did they have any idea that Houston, we have a problem? I love the metaphors that are available to us in that movie. We talk about definition of purpose. We talk about a reason for doing something that is so profound, that is so big, that is so ours, that we will do whatever it takes. And if you watch that movie or go and look up some of the clips from that movie, Apollo 13, you know the story of Apollo 13, right? For those of you who may be youngsters and you don't know, what happened on Apollo 13 is they shoot a rocket to the moon. The goal is to land the module on the moon and then return, put the module back up into space, reconnect it with another piece of machinery, another capsule, and then drive it back home to terra firma, to Mother Earth. And along the way, an accident happened, and they actually broke a hole in the wall of the spaceship, and the oxygen started leaking out. And the next thing you know, these guys were halfway to the moon in a dead Volkswagen. That would be the equivalent of it, right? They're crammed into a Volkswagen, and the motor's not working. There's not enough air, and they're headed towards the moon. They're not even on the way back yet. And that's when the character played by Tom Hanks, I don't even know his name, forgive me, he actually says, Houston, we have a problem. It was like in the middle of the night, the mission's going great, everything's going according to the plan, everything is exactly the way it was scripted, exactly the way it's supposed to happen, and then boom shakalaka. You want to talk about boom shakalaka? Houston, we have a problem. And for you youngsters out there, this really happened. This is not something that was made up for a movie. That really happened. There was a hole in the spaceship. And now suddenly there are three human beings trapped in this capsule headed to the moon. No brakes. How do they turn it around? They have to turn everything off. If you watch the movie, it really is brilliant. And the thing I was really motivated when I watched, because there are other clips, and I've watched that movie, I own that movie, I live by that movie. And there are certain scenes in that movie when they come face to face, when the guys on the ground, the mission control guys, come face to face with this reality, that they are totally unprepared for this. They are totally blindsided. Houston, we have a problem. And suddenly they come together, and the character, I love that guy, the guy who says, not on my watch. We will not lose 3 astronauts, not on my watch. He said, gentlemen, this will be the greatest day in the history of NASA. We are going to overcome. And I love it. And he pulls together the team and he says, look, I want answers. I want to know exactly every piece in that module, every guy who built that piece, every person on the assembly line who put that together. We have got to figure this out. And if you watch the movie, haphazardly, they come together with all of this, apparatus to figure out, okay, how do we do this? We have a little bit of oxygen. We're still heading towards the moon. We got to get that thing around, slingshot it back towards Earth. It is a remarkable film. And it speaks to a definition of purpose. It is an amazing story of what can happen when you are totally 100% committed to the goal. They succeeded. They brought those 3 guys back to Earth. The entire world was watching. I was born. I remember when that happened. It was a mind-blowing thing. And the way that it galvanized all the people of the world, and everybody was focused on this, and we've got to get these guys back, and it's just a remarkable story. But the real truth is fear, okay? Do we overcome our fear? Do we commit to the project? Do we actually commit to our business and traffic authority? You know, I'm on Facebook every single day. I'm posting every single day, and I see the person from time to time who comes in and within 12 hours they're panicking. That's the 80%, by the way. That's the 80%. Okay, they get started with us in traffic authority, and before they even can go through 2-3 of the videos, they're panicking and they want their money back. They got to get that $47 back, or their world will be ending. It's about overcoming fear. It's about commitment, right? You're here for traffic authority. You're here. Now commit to it. And along the way, you will have obstacles. Yesterday, when we talked about Napoleon Hill, and so many of you commented on that, sometimes you really don't know what's going to happen. And I know that yesterday we talked about Napoleon Hill, and yesterday about Napoleon Hill, what did they say? Napoleon Hill, the greatest achievers, say that in a lifetime of setbacks and comebacks, the truest sense of accomplishment is not found in the realization of the goal, but rather in the will to continue when failure breeds doubt. There it is. There's the magic of that sentence. Okay? The will to continue when failure breeds doubt. That's profound. So how does one actually, overcome the doubt? Well, you plug in. You plug in. That's what you do. As a matter of fact, this morning, Mr. Douglas Wellens, he sent me a note. I had already seen this, right? You want to know how you overcome doubt? Here in Traffic Authority, you become a member of the community. You plug in. Commit to your business. Orlando Thompson, 10:29 a.m., October 27th. That's today, 10:29 a.m. Orlando Thompson posts, I just made 2 sales last night, all from just allowing my traffic package to flow. The day before that, I made 1 sale. Traffic Authority, simply put, is the real deal and rocks. And you know what I got to say about that? 1 word. Boom. Boom. Traffic Authority, simply put, is the real deal and rocks. Now, for those nervous Nellies who within their first 2-3 hours panicked and they had to bail because they couldn't figure it out, they figured out, they're gone already. They've already aborted the mission, right? Their definition of purpose was whatever it was. I'm not even going to be critical. I'm not here to sit in judgment of anyone's decision. I'm just telling you that if you're willing to fight for what it is that you believe in, and you are willing to commit to your definition of purpose, if you are willing to just lock in, and whatever it may be, the cool thing about Traffic Authority is that when you go through and you really become a member, you get fully vested in what is going on here. And what is going on here is short term and it's long term. Short term meaning, you can make money overnight. I saw Shalane this morning. She was posting on Facebook. There she was, money coming in overnight, $10, $15, $30, $100. Money comes in overnight, right? And it starts adding up. Before you know it, the bushel basket is full. Starts with 1, 2, 3, 4 apples. Before you know it, you got a bushel basket full of apples, man. It's short term. It can happen right now. But really, I want you to consider the long-term ramifications of what it is that you have here. Learning a new skill, plugging in and getting attached to really what happens when you understand email marketing, and what happens when you understand the power in doing things like Twitter. And the power, we have somebody next week we're going to be introducing. So excited. I'm so excited. I wish I could tell you what we're going to be showcasing next Tuesday. But tonight, Tuesday night, plug in. That's how you can overcome, right? If you're struggling, if you have some fear, if there's some things going on, all you have to do is come here every single day and plug in, participate. It's for real. It really is happening. And when you become fully vested in your business and fully committed to your business, and the cool thing, like I was saying, is Traffic Authority can actually be the vehicle that takes you where you want to go. Whatever your passion is, maybe your passion is photography. Maybe it's specific. You want to photograph animals in the wild. Or maybe your passion is, I don't know, like Etsy, like making handcrafted, beautiful things that you want to share with the world. Maybe it's bowling. Maybe it's badminton. Who knows? Maybe it's yoga. Whatever you really, really, really want to be, whatever you really see yourself doing and being, you can do and you can be that. And with the tools that you have available to you and the information that will be shared with you and the stuff that you will learn as a member of Traffic Authority, certainly with Traffic Academy, the stuff that you are going to learn is going to put you in touch with the entire world. If you're a yoga person and you want to get into some kind of training or some meditation, or like I said, maybe you have photography, maybe you're living in a place of the world that is just like magnificent landscapes and you want to share that with the world, there is somebody in the world. There are probably dozens, hundreds, thousands of people in this vast internet community that will connect with you and ultimately will establish relationships with you and ultimately will feed the bulldog, will buy from you. It's an exchange of equity. They see the beauty, they see the talent, they see your passion, they want a piece of it, and the next thing you know, boom shakalaka, you can make money, you can monetize your passion. That is what you will learn here as a member of Traffic Authority. That's the real big picture here, is learning a new skill set. All right, listen, I'm all over the map here this morning. I got all fired up. I forgot to tell you guys that you are listening to the Traffic Report. It is Tuesday. My name is Joe. We come here every single day, Monday through Friday, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We still have the Halloween. Okay, we have the $20,000 Halloween giveaway. We're in the home stretch. As you guys know, Halloween is this weekend. So we have another weekly drawing. I think it's going to happen at midnight tonight. And the weekly drawing is easy. You just got to accrue some points. And today, you can have 16 points by the time we're done here this morning. 16 points. You get 3 points for listening right now to the radio show. You get 3 points for going over your daily marketing plan, which is killer. I went over it this morning when I was having my coffee. That's what gets me all fired up. You get 5 points for attending tonight's webinar. Okay, there's 3 and 3 is 6 and 5 is 11. 11. Now you have 11 points, not 10, but 11. And then you get 5 more points if you post a comment on Facebook. 11 plus 5 is 16 points. Boom, shakalaka. Are you doing it every single day? Are you buying traffic? Are you generating commissions? Probably, if you're buying traffic, you're generating commissions. Did you do all of the videos? Did you listen every single day to the radio show? Are you registering tonight? Did you register last week on Thursday? Did you do the thing? Because if you do the thing, you get the result. It's a 16-point day. If you're brand spanking new, maybe it's your first day, you can get 16 points today. How cool is that? You have another contest brewing that is like, what? So exciting. It's so exciting. If I share it with you, I'll be in big trouble, though, so you have to come back. Very soon we'll be announcing that. All right, I have a new tool as well that I want to share with you guys. Have you noticed lately, if you're watching, if you're paying attention to like pop culture, social media, have you noticed that companies like HBO and Showtime and even like ESPN, Sports Network, they have something called HBO Now. And they've got something called Showtime Now. Well, it's like you can get it right now, right? It's like right now. It's on demand. It's when you want it. Well, you know, we have something brand new here. It's called Traffic Web Now. TrafficWebNow.net. Write it down. Put it on your toolbar, okay? And Traffic Web Now is where you will go and you will visit like some of the best material, like the best stuff. Like right now, if you went to Traffic Web Now, what you would find there is a replay of the video that had Darren. When we introduced Darren last month as a Traffic Academy professor, and he talks about really the world of email marketing, and he talks about some of the things, the intricacies. Very, very exciting, very well done. One of our favorite webinars. People love that webinar. So right now it's parked and it's playing at Traffic Web Now. 24/7, you can use it as a promotional link. It's like you're talking to somebody, they're serious, right? You can say, hey, let me show you some of the stuff that goes on here. Let me show you a webinar at Traffic Web Now. Traffic Web Now is like, really? This is the kind of training, this is the kind of teaching. So I could be interested in who knows what, like I was saying. You know, like whatever it is that you're really passionate about, and you're going to learn how to connect with the world regarding your passion. That's available right now at Traffic Web Now, N-O-W, Traffic Web Now. And we'll talk more about this. I'll remind you guys every day of some of the stuff. And right now it's the Darren webinar that's playing at Traffic Web Now. Not to be confused with Traffic Web Live. Traffic Web Live is for tonight. That's for our Tuesday night offerings. So, also, I'm going to open it up here in a moment. We got a bunch of people in the queue. I want to bring you guys out and hear what you're thinking about this morning. Before I do, I want to say a quick shout out and a happy birthday to Roland Hussey Macy. Happy birthday, Macy's. You guys, Macy's, the Thanksgiving Day parade when Santa Claus is introduced to the world? New York City, Macy's. I love this, okay? Macy was the fourth of 6 children born to a Quaker family at Nantucket Island in Massachusetts. Listen to this. At the age of 15, he worked on a whaling ship called the Emily Morgan. And did you know this? Here's a fun fact. He had a red star tattooed on his hand, which became part of the store's logo. Do you ever wonder? I often wondered, why does the famous Macy's in New York City, Macy's department store, why is their logo a red star? I thought that was Heineken beer. Well, it turns out that this guy Macy actually had a star tattooed on his hand. But here's the interesting thing, okay? Between 1843 and 1855, Macy opened 4 retail dry goods stores, including the original Macy's in downtown Haverhill, Massachusetts, established in 1851. It was there to serve the mill industry, the employees of that area. And here's the best part. Ready? They all failed. Macy failed 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Macy failed 4 times. And here's what it says. But he learned from his mistakes. He moved to New York City, and in 1858 he established a new store named R.H. Macy Dry Goods at the corner of 6th Avenue and 14th Street. Significantly north of any other dry goods store in the area. He was a trailblazer. On the company's first day in business, October 28th, 1858, sales totaled, are you ready for this? You're going to be overwhelmed. He opened up his store his first day in New York City. His total sales were $11.08. That would be equal in today's money to $301.47. One day sales. Do you think he quit? He had already failed enough times to figure out that, tenacity is what's going to be key. So happy birthday to Macy's. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to open it up. I'm out of mindless trivia right now. Although if you really want me to, I can come up with some more. But here's the rule. What I'm going to do is open it up and see if we can get some comments. We'll get some questions answered. That would be cool. Yesterday, if you recall, we had people coming out. We had a woman. Forgive me for not remembering your name, ma'am, but she came out and said, you know what, on Sunday night I sent in a support ticket, and on Monday it was closed. My support ticket, boom shakalaka. Yes, support desk is like cranking. The support desk is cranking. So here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do is I'm going to say the last 4 digits of your telephone number. When I say the last 4 digits of your telephone number, I invite you to come out, state your first name, the city, the state, the country that you're calling in from, and then just let her rip. Here's a couple rules, though. Couple rules. If you have a technology question, okay, what I'm going to ask you to do is guarantee, before you ask a technology question, could you guarantee me that you have watched all of the videos? Every single video? And could you guarantee that you've actually gone through the frequently asked questions before you come out with a technology question? And the reason is because we have short time here this morning, right? We like to get these things done within a couple of hours. And I want to make sure that you guys are, you're using this time efficiently. So, and I also know that if you've gone through the videos and you've gone through the FAQs, most likely your question has been answered. Your question has been answered in there, right? And so that's why we use those videos, and that's why we're there, and that's how we can more efficiently use our time this morning. If you do have a question, though, we always, those of you who come here every day, you hear me say this every single day. And every single day, you hear somebody come out and they soften up the Joe, right? They soften up the dancing bear. They come out, they say, oh, thank you, Joe. I want to thank everybody who shows up here. Thank you. Yesterday I heard, Kara said something that really resonated with me. And, oh, my gosh, that mountain man, God, that guy has changed my world. That being said, Joe, I've got a problem with that one on my one website, on my one URL. Oh, boy. My wireless, in the background right now, you can hear my wireless Bluetooth speaker talking to me, telling me that it needs to be recharged. So here's the deal. I'll say the last 4 digits of your phone number. You come out, you'll ask a question, make a statement, and we'll move here. We'll have a lot of fun. If you're listening right now online to one of our streams, we broadcast live at radioleverage.com every day at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you're there right now, If you're listening online and you would like to make a comment or make a contribution here this morning, all you have to do is dial 914-338-0631. That's 914-338-0631. I'll say it again, 914-338-0631. Press 1 on the keypad of your telephone, okay? And when you press 1, you will hear a beautiful, very, very elegant British woman inviting you to press 1 and get in the queue, and you can talk to the host. Now, right now it's 8:25 in the morning out here on the West Coast, 11:25 in the morning on the East Coast, and it is the 27th of October. So if you're listening any other than what the times I just announced, then you're listening to a recording. So you can pick up the phone and press 1, but we won't know because it's a recording. We do record and archive every single one of our radio shows. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at radioleverage.com. And how about this? Content, man. Free content for your blog site. Free content when you're sending email. You want to talk about what's going on in the community. There it is. Content. There it is. You can go take a look. All of that archived material is available for you. All right. I'm running out of steam here this morning. I've been rolling unencumbered for 26 minutes. Let's see what Frank has to say. Number 1 in our world, number 1 in our hearts, number 1 in Myrtle Beach. Frank, is this you?
Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's a rainy day, but it's a great day to play in traffic. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Frank. And thank you for the post on the Napoleon Hill article yesterday from Success Magazine. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And one of these days, Frank, somebody's going to trick me. I'm going to come out here and welcome Frank. Going to be Frank, it's number 1. Hey, Frank, and it's going to be Rebecca calling in from Stonehenge or somebody else calling it, or Celeste calls it on Skype. But I know you, Frank. I can feel you, baby. I can feel you. How you doing today?
Well, I'm blessed and highly favored. And I just wanted to tell you that the town in Massachusetts that you mentioned, Haverhill, it's actually Haverhill. That's the way it's pronounced, even though it's spelled Haverhill. It's Haverhill, Massachusetts. It's right next to Lawrence, Massachusetts, where my mother was born, right next to the New Hampshire border. That's where it is.
And see, you can tell that I'm a Chicago boy because in Chicago everything is hard, right? Haverhill, Oregon. We from Chicago, we have a tendency to massacre the English language, Frank.
But that's okay. A lot of people have difficulty with that. Worcester, they call it Worcester, and Gloucester. Gloucester, it's Gloucester. Worcester, Haverhill. Anyway, I can't wait for that surprise that you're going to have when you march the ninjas across the stage. And yes. I want to be able to sit up there on that table and hang out with you guys.
Well, you're absolutely. Okay, we accept you. One of us. Remember the Ramones? Gabba Gabba, we accept you, one of us. Somebody once said to me, hey, man, we accept you, warts and all. Okay, we love you. If you show up here, we accept you. We accept you. We're all ninjas together, man.
Well, that's great. All right. Well, I don't want to take a lot of time, so thank you very much for acknowledging me, and God bless.
And thank you very much, Frank. Thank you for the English lesson there on how you pronounce the cities in Massachusetts. 9582, you're next up. Good morning. Hello, 9582.
Good morning, Joe. How are you? It's Jane.
I'm good. Is this Jane?
This is Jane. How are you?
I'm excellent, Jane. How are you?
I'm doing great. Got a question for you. One of my people, Amy, she was accidentally charged twice for her premium, and she said that she did go ahead and send a support ticket in. So I didn't know if anybody else had had that issue or what.
Well, do you know, or are you willing to share the name of the person who was charged twice for premium?
Yes. Her name is Amy King, King. And she lives in Marshallburg.
Okay. It's handled. There it is. Hotline.
Awesome.
Put it in for you.
Thank
you very much, Jane.
Thank you. All right, that was a great one. Bye-bye.
We will. Thank you very much. There's Jane checking in. See how simple that was? It was so easy. 2723, good morning. You're next up.
Hi, Joe.
Hello.
This is Cherie from Cape Coral, Florida.
Hey, Cherie, how are you?
I'm great. I wanted to tell you we enjoy the morning calls. And I was working on my marketing plan last night. And I went to put, the video on that I did, and actually it was the first one I've ever done of myself, so it looks terrible. But anyway, face the fear. What's that? Feel the fear and do it anyway, right?
Absolutely.
But it wouldn't let me click on doing it and get 20 points. And so my question is, if you can't do a video every day and the other things, how am I ever going to get to 200 or 400 a week? I'm like, wait a minute, I need my 20 points. So
yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I will again, Cherie, what is your username? I'll double check to see why you shot a video.
Okay, it's under Ken, Ken, Mars, Mars, like the planet.
Mm-hmm.
We work together, so.
I love that.
He makes the big bucks. What can I say?
Let's see. Okay. All right. You can only submit one a week. I don't know. Have you done more than one this week?
I guess we did do one this week already. Does it start on Sunday or Saturday or?
I'll double check. Okay. I think it's Tuesday.
So how do you get to those real high points if you can only submit like one video a week? Is it you buy traffic? Is that what pushes it up there?
Yeah. If you go and you take a look to the Halloween contest, okay? If you go to your page and you click on Halloween contest, it says the first tab says how to earn points. And you earn points. Right. You get 1 point for every $1 in commission that you've earned. You get 1 point for every $5 worth of traffic that you buy. And when you reach qualifications, you get 300 points to be 3-star qualified, all the way down to basic, 10 points for basic, 20 for bronze, and so on. If you complete your system setup videos, it's only 1 time per contest. 3 points for the system setup, 3 points for the business plan, 3 points for the marketing plan. You complete your daily marketing plan, 3 points a day. Have 10 quality conversations with prospects, you get a point every single day. Invite somebody using Facebook, 1 point per day, and it goes on, okay? This radio show is worth 3 points every single day. Tonight the webinar is worth 5 points. Promote Thursday's webinar, it's 5 points. So they really can begin adding up, and you can really, and we don't want people to try and buy a position in the contest. So you're only limited to 1 traffic package per week on a purchase. But if you just sit there and you look at them, there's a lot of different ways to add up points and to accrue points, and you can find that in your Halloween, in the member back office under the Halloween tab on your homepage, and that's where they are.
Okay. And I did see that, so I'll go review that again. Mm-hmm. And the other thing, and I'm going to send in I'm going to watch the video again, Vincent Ortega's video on doing Facebook events, and then going to get response to then send out a newsletter to our 70 leads in there. Because I sat down to do that last night, and you know what? It wasn't as easy as my screen didn't quite look like his on the Facebook page. So I did the best I could. The link, we got an email today saying 12 people have signed up for your event.
Cool.
But you can't click on the link. It's only in black ink, and it was like, that's not how it looked on the page that I was copying and pasting. So I'm going to do that training and study that again, and if I have a problem, I'll do a support ticket. But all in all, we're learning so much, and we're really having a good time with this. So I want to say I appreciate. Yeah, we really like it, and anyway, so we look forward to your calls every day. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you very much, Cherie, and Ken, Mars like the planet. I also want to say that if you're struggling with that Facebook piece, we want you guys to really, really have success, and we want you to be able to use these tools efficiently. So one of the things you'll be seeing, for example, on this evening's webinar, we're going to be going over some basic stuff, some of the basic tools and some of the really cool things, the bells and the whistles that are available for you, especially as a premium member. So we're going to have some of our ninjas. We're going to have some of our people actually co-hosting with me tonight. I've got 3 people lined up so far that you will know when you show up for the webinar. You'll know who these people are. And we're going to go through some of these very simple tools and these things that really will make your business sizzle. They really will if you just effectively get over the fear, as you said, Cherie, and just do the thing, as I like to say every single morning. So that's one of the things. I guess we should take a look at that. If you're working with the premium package and the Vincent Ortega stuff on the Facebook invites, and that seems to be a hurdle that you're struggling to jump over, we'll probably line up somebody in the future here to walk through and give you a little help there. We'll keep it moving here. 7659, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Hey,
Hello.
big guy, how are you? This is Southside Fred from beautiful Chicago. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm great. Southside Fred, man, it's good to hear from you. I knew it was you. I just had a feeling. Everything is going good over here. How about you? What's going on?
Good, my friend. I just want to let you know I do listen to you every day, but unfortunately sometimes I can't get on. But, you know, it's funny you mentioned today my man here, Orlando Thompson. You know, that's who I got in under. And, and that guy works really, really hard. I tell you, you know, every day, every morning, Joe, I talk to about, 8 to 12. Today, I think today I talked to 15 people. And one of them, it was shocking because one of them actually answered my ad, about information about traffic authority. So I'm chatting with the guy, and he tells me that he worked with traffic authority, and he asked for his money back because he couldn't understand it, and he just doesn't know. And I didn't ask him who he got under or what, but the thing is that my question to him was this: what was your problem? Why did you leave? Why would you leave someplace something like this? And he says, I couldn't understand anything. The bottom line here is that, I asked him, did you look at your material? Did you look at your videos? Did you look at, what he told me? He says, no, I didn't have the time. But I don't think that's right. I should be able to, if I don't have the time, you have to find time. I can help you. I don't want to waste a lot of time with this guy because what he's going to do is going to join under me and then he's going to go away again because he couldn't watch a video or he couldn't go to a webinar or he couldn't listen to a radio station for an hour. That's the thing is, the bottom line here is that the tools are there for you to learn. This guy Orlando works really hard. I believe me. I mean, he makes 2 sales. And he's happy about it. And you have no idea, Joe, how much this guy works. And he helps. I mean, I've had trouble, and I called him. I sent him an email at 11 o'clock at night, and by midnight he's replying back to me. He's in Indiana, I'm in Illinois, so we're in the same time zone. And the thing is, the bottom line here, there's people that come on, and they say, well, no, this is fake. I can't make. They expect it. He told me, this guy asked me, can you assure me that I'm going to make money in a week? I can't do anything for you. How much can you assure me you are going to work? Can you assure me you're going to learn? You can't set up your back office if you don't know anything. You can't set up anything if you don't watch. These people are giving you tools that otherwise, if you go someplace else to look for it, it's going to cost you $5,000-$10,000 easily just to. And over here, it's the biggest thing you pay $147. If you want to go, I don't understand. It's really something. But Joe, I was in the VIP the Facebook thing. Somehow I got knocked off, and I asked to join again, but I haven't heard anything about it. Is there any way you can check?
Yeah, I can put you in there, Fred. I just need to know, what is your email address? Give me your email address.
It's FNF Catering Service.
All right, why don't you hit me up on Facebook? And listen, Fred, I want to thank you. Hit me up on my Facebook. You can find me at Joseph Richard. I'll get you in there. And Fred, thank you very much for chiming in today. And, the reality of the situation is this. I talked about this yesterday. There's one thing that we all have in common, and that is that we've been given 24 hours in a day. That's all there is. So this concept of not having time that's BS. Okay, that is bogus. That is Boulder Dash. I don't buy it. When somebody says they don't have time, what they're really telling me is you are not a priority in my life. I've only got 24 hours, and I'm choosing to do other things with my 24 hours than be a member of Traffic Authority, come to your webinars, show up to your trainings. I'm choosing to do something else because we only have 24 hours in a day. I mean, Vincent Ortega has the same 24 hours as this jamoke who wants to get a guarantee that he's going to make money in 24 hours. What I would do with that guy is just throw that fish back in the water. Can't please them all. That's perfectly cool. There are 18 million people 18 million people in North America on the internet right now who are engaging in a home-based business. Thank you very much for checking in, Southside Fred. Let's keep it moving. 8696, you're next in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Right now. All right, this is Kenneth. I was working with somebody in the library. I was just
Kenneth, how are you?
How you doing, everybody? I'm doing great, man. Like, I got some Mucinex. I'm gonna give a shout out to Mucinex because that stuff works. It drives me up, you know. And I've just been staying busy, man. I talked to my aunt today in New York. She used to run fur companies, you know, and they kind of boxed her out. So I'm just like, Auntie, look, you got to get down with me. I was like, man. She's like, well, I'm not really tech savvy and da-da-da. I was like, look, I'll create you a YouTube video, or we could just hook up on Skype, and I'll just walk you through it. Like, I was like, it ain't even that serious. I done learned so much stuff, you know, dealing with this community of beautiful people, you know, on a daily basis, you know, and I'm just putting it out there, you know. I'm talking to the librarian. She don't understand what is going on. She's like, well, as long as it's legal, I guess it's all right. So I had to, like, pull her to the side and talk to her. I was like, this is where this started. I was like, this started at the library. It's the Swissvale Library. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let everybody know, like, yeah, I'm working out of my mom's basement. Yeah, yep, I did it. I was a full-time chef 3 weeks ago. Now I'm a business owner that's running I'm running two businesses. I'm working on a third, you know what I mean? And I was going to try to get funding, but I was like, I'm going to let this business fund them. Like, why am I? I'm not going to borrow money. You know what I'm saying? I'll be loaning money soon, you know, to help people start businesses. Like, I'm having a ball, man. I'm just, hey.
Thank you very much, Kenneth. I appreciate you, and a nice shout out to Mucinex. Like, me personally, I'm an essential oil guy. I don't use Mucinex, but hey, if it's working for you, a good friend of mine came over here yesterday. She's a Mucinex girl. She had some stuff going on. I guess it's that time of the season, right? Changing of the seasons. But listen, Kenneth, you're an inspiration. Thank you very much for jumping out here today at the library, which means you're putting some good stuff in your noodle. You're at the library. And I love how positive you are every single day, keeping it real, for real. You know, we're talking about just a moment ago, Southside Fred in Orlando, his guys got some jamoke that decided, hey, I don't have time. And then I listen to a guy like you who's maximizing, squeezing every minute out of every single day, being productive, being proactive. You're awesome, Kenneth. Thank you for jumping out here, man.
Thank you. I'm just time blocking.
There you go.
I don't watch TV no more. I don't even get into it. I'm going to be on TV.
Kenneth, you're the man. I know. Thank you very much. There's Kenneth checking in from Pittsburgh, Steel City. 5691, you're next up. Good morning.
Hey, Joe. It's Steve Schumacher from Portland, Oregon. How are you this morning?
I'm great, Steve. How are you today?
I'm fantastic.
What do you know, man? What's happening?
Had a chance to Diamond Dave, who is, man, he is such a dude, wanted me to say a shout out about that I saw his bridge video, which I did, and oh my God, it looks freaking incredible.
All right, you'll let a cat out of the bag. All right, Steve.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He insisted that I say something.
All right. Well, here's the story. Thank you very much, Steve, for coming out. I'm going to just give you guys a tip-off. You know, he's got a really cool video. Everyone knows who Diamond Dave is. He's a regular on our radio show. And I'm going to be bringing him out this evening on the webinar, okay? So tonight on the training webinar, Resellers Training, we're going to talk a little bit about some of these cool tools, and one of them is the bridge video. Are you guys using the bridge video? Are you actually customizing your sales funnels with your own bridge video? And we're going to be talking about that this evening. And there it is, Steve. You let it out of the bag. You know, you let the cat out of the bag. So I didn't have to go that far with it, but hey, man, you guys want to get some cool stuff? You want to see some cool training? Tonight is the night. Every Tuesday night, actually. 9071, you're next up. Good morning.
I'm coming.
Good morning. I just heard you saying I'm coming. 9071.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I am Lorette from Brooklyn, New York.
Hi, how are you in Brooklyn?
I am a total newbie, but I have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Since October 23rd, there are no activity on my campaign, and it says still running. So I want to know what's going on with that.
All right. Well, here's what I would say. I just got a Skype while we're on the radio here this morning. While we're on the radio today, one of the you guys know who Greg Chambers is. His job here is traffic acquisition. He said traffic is flowing faster every day. We'll keep you posted when we hit 20,000 clicks per day. Right now we are over 15,000 clicks per day, and so that's a lot of traffic. Okay, and so I'm not sure what is your username. If you think that you should be having more traffic flowing, make sure that you don't have a limiter on your traffic. Make sure that you're not limiting yourself to $1, $2, $5 a day, whatever it is. And the other thing I would ask that you do is send in a support ticket to support@trafficauthority.net, and with your question about the speed at which your traffic is flowing, because it should be flowing, and we're not hearing anybody talking about no traffic flowing. Traffic is flowing very, very, very nicely.
And the second question is my capture page that I'm using. It says expired today, the 27th, and what happens after that?
I'm not sure that your traffic package expires. I think that just might be the timer that is being viewed by the people who are clicking on your capture page, because those capture pages are running efficiently. Again, I haven't heard. If anybody's heard of that situation, please jump out on the radio show this morning. But welcome to our community, and thanks for coming out here. Hope I was able to help you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
That's awesome. See, brand new people, and what I say, just starting up every single day. We have momentum, ladies and gentlemen. We have liftoff. 7308, you're next up. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. This is Wendy Cavers, and I'm calling from the great state of Maine.
Hey, Wendy, how are you today?
I'm great. You just answered one of my questions when speaking to the last lady about our traffic flow. When we manage our traffic, is it best that we don't put a limit? Because I don't have a lot of money, so I was trying to be, conservative, which I'm not usually conservative, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I did put a limit on my traffic, and maybe I should take it right off.
Well, that's entirely up to you. We find that you want to be involved with what's going on in your business, and you want to be able to be there to reach out to people and to respond quickly. And so sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes people will actually shut their traffic down completely because they're going to be away for a day or two, and they're going to be unplugged from the environment. And again, it has to do with fiscal responsibility as well. I like traffic flowing. I like it happening, right? I think that, wealth is attracted to speed. Momentum takes place when you are in motion. And so I personally like to keep it moving myself, I want traffic flowing 24/7 because there's excitement, there's energy, people are attracted to the speed of and it gives my own internal, my emotions are like, yeah, this is really happening. So, but again, that's a decision that you should make and make it wisely. But my recommendation is whatever feels right for you.
Okay.
But I think that go ahead.
I had one more question. About a week ago, you were talking about this word, and the meaning of the word was, I put in my best every day. So it really resonated with me, but I can't say it like you did, and I was hoping maybe you could share that again.
Absolutely. And this word it's not only a word, it's a philosophy, right? And it was passed on to me by a shaman. I was in Peru. I was in Cusco, which is the center of the universe, or so they believe, the Incas believe. And then I was in Machu Picchu, which if you've ever had an opportunity or if you ever have a chance in your lifetime to get to Machu Picchu, go to Machu Picchu. You won't believe what you see. You won't believe it. And there, a shaman, he used the term Urpichai, Urpichay, I think is the spelling, Urpichai. And Urpichai, loosely translated, means I am doing my best, I'm giving you my best. I'm giving you my best, Wendy, so you can receive my best, and then you can pass your best on to the next person. Okay, that's what it is. It's like they roll the R, it's an Inca word, Urpichai, Pichai. You can look it up, and there's a couple different translations. But this is a translation that was given to me by the shamans and by the people that I was working with when I spent a couple of weeks, 10 days actually, in that region of the world. Pichai. I'm doing my best so I can give you my best, Wendy. So you can accept that best, and you can then give it on to somebody else. Pretty cool, huh?
It's awesome. And I'd like to say good morning to everybody who's on the call. Good morning to everybody in the back office taking really good care of us. And good morning and thank you to Joe and everybody who does all these calls for us and teaches us so well. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're very welcome, Wendy. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for chiming in. We will. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for chiming in here. And I'm going to take a 1-second break here. This thing is driving me crazy. 1 second. I'm back. All right, listen, check this out.
Recharge battery now.
That's my Bluetooth speaker from across the room speaking to me. Since when does machines speak to you? Crazy, huh? Crazy. Recharge battery now. It's making me think of the Apollo 13 this morning, the story we shared this morning, right? All of a sudden I got a machine, I got a little speaker on the other side of my room telling me, recharge battery now. But I'm back. 5339, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Hey, Joe, you got Charles Green from the Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania. How you doing, buddy?
Charles, but this is the truth. I was thinking about you today, man. I hadn't heard from you in a couple of days. How the heck are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine, man. Just got a lot of window time here in my big truck. You know, I'm always listening to the calls. The calls keep me plugged in. You know, I'm just stoked, man. You know, everything's going great with the business. You know, my leads are pouring in every day. It's opting in about a 50% rate right now. You know, I'm getting sign-ups. You know, and I'm starting to get replies to, you know, people are starting to send replies to the emails that's going out. In fact, a lady the other day, you know, she thought it was a scam and this and that, whatever. You know, I replied to email, you know, sent the information that she should know to let her know that we are the real deal. I sent her some of those testimonial videos, and right before the call this morning, I got a text from her pretty much saying, I'm all in. So I invited her to the the call that we have every morning, and she's probably on the call right now. Her name is Dana. So, Dana, when you come on board today, I just want to say, you know, welcome aboard in advance, and I will be connecting with you to make sure you get off on a fast start. But everything's doing just great, Joe. And that's it, man. See you guys at the top.
Thank you very much, Charles, checking in from Pocono Mountains. Charles, I love it. And Dana, if you are on the radio broadcast this morning, if you want to press 1 and jump out into the fray, we would like to welcome you with open arms to our community. And, you know, I had kind of a similar experience, Charles. You know, I received an email one time. It wasn't that long ago. I actually talked about it on the radio show in my own marketing, right? I had somebody respond to, and, you know, person opted in. And then, you know, I send them an autoresponder email. And by the way, all that stuff is handled for you guys, right? The autoresponders, that's part of your subscription here, is that autoresponders go, the autoresponders are written. And if you're wondering what is an autoresponder, it's an email, okay? It's an email that has been written by Darren. It's just like killer stuff. And they automatically go out on your behalf. It's working for you, you know, on your behalf. The system is sending email and communicating with people. Same thing happened to me, though, Charles. I had somebody send me back, okay, they received the email, they sent me back, and it was kind of hostile. It was like, you know, what is this? Why can't you just tell me what this is? And I can't stand all these videos and yada, yada, yada. And I remember I picked up the phone, and I called her up, and she's like, whoa, didn't see that coming. Really? I'm like, yeah, see, you reach out and you touch somebody. Having that conversation, it validates it. It suddenly becomes a human experience, not just an automated email. And ladies and gentlemen, what makes our organization, our community so unique is that we offer that personal touch. In the internet world, the internet, right? The internet. It's mysterious. It's dark. Protect your children from the internet. You don't know who's on the other side on a dating site. You don't know who's asking for a credit card. You don't know. Phishing. You know, you get these emails. I get them from time to time, and I know because I live on the internet that this is somebody trying to scarf and capture my password. It's like, it's such a mysterious thing, the internet. And then suddenly, here's traffic authority. And we're here every day. Did you notice that we're here every single day? have you noticed? All the way back to February, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have never missed one day. And you can go to radioleverage.com and you will see every radio show we've ever done. We've never missed one day. We don't even take off the holidays. And we're here on Saturdays. And now we're here twice a week with live webinars. You know, it's like somebody said to me one time, top earner, a guy that I know who's been making like Vincent Ortega money, like $100,000 a month. And he's been doing that for over a decade in our industry. And I remember him one time telling a story when he was on stage. We were doing a training. It was in Sydney, Australia. And he talked about this thing I'm talking about right now. And he said that, you know, he always sees this stuff on the internet and all these grand opportunities and cool webinars and cool this and cool that. And so he keeps opting in. He's opting in. He's opting in. And then he says, finally, someone called me back. And he said, I was in shock. Someone called me back. And then he got started, and the guy who enrolled him, who knows how much money that guy made. Because this guy, Jeremy, just went on. He's iconic, right? He's a legend in our industry. And I remember him saying, yeah, I got started because somebody called me back. And Charles, you're saying the same thing about Dana. I love it, man. All right, let's keep it moving. I'm getting off my high horse for now. 0745, you're next up.
Hey, Joe, this is Daryl. Can you hear me?
Hey, Daryl, how are you, man? Yes, I can hear you.
Feeling really good today. I'm in Farley, Iowa, in the middle of the U.S. almost. And I just wanted to say how grateful I am to be here with everybody, and I'm learning a lot. A little slow on the information side, but I'm working on it, and just glad to be here.
Now, listen, Daryl, I know you for a long time. I've known you for years, and I honor your commitment. You know, we talk about resiliency, and we talk about continuing to get up off the mat. I happen to know that you are so vested in a home-based business. You probably have invested $100,000 into a home-based business and into your education, and it's good to hear from you. And I know that you're like a Harley guy, right? You're like a Harley guy, right?
Exactly.
All right, so your passion is speed and motorsports, and so here's what I'm saying. We work with you now. Do you know how many Harley guys there are out there? I mean, across the spectrum, every single city. I live in a city called Carefree. My adjacent community is called Cave Creek. Cave Creek, Arizona, has something called the Hideaway. Look it up on the internet. It is like next to the thing that they have up there in the Dakotas, that motorcycle deal up there, that thing that they have up there. They have here in Cave Creek like the biggest motorcycle thing. They've got Arizona Bike Week. It is wall-to-wall Harleys. Wall to wall. I mean, it is really, really cool. And one of the things you notice is that the Harley community, it expands everything from like, you know, millionaire lawyer guys who just can't get over their Harley Davidson deal, all the way down to people who literally live on their Harley, right? That's all. It's like the Harley community is the entire spectrum. You know, blue collar, white collar, everybody loves their bike. So for you, your opportunity here to use the tools and start building your brand as this Harley fanatic who can help you, who can supercharge you, who's got contacts. Dude, have you ever considered building your list, the things that you're learning here with the Traffic Academy and with the Traffic Authority, to really put some thought into, okay, I'm going to build a list and I'm going to look for the people who are motor people, right? Motor trade, Harley guys. Killer stuff here for you, Daryl.
I'm definitely liking all the information. It's pretty much overwhelming. It's taking me a little while to get through it, but really good stuff. Really, really good.
Well, Daryl, thank you very much for checking in here today, man. Daryl from Farley, Iowa, checking in. A Harley guy. So now listen, if anybody wants to know anything about a Harley, your Harley, you're talking parts, you're talking paint, you're talking the community, you're talking, okay, where do I go when I'm in the Iowa area? Look up Daryl, okay? Look up Daryl. You can find him on the Facebook page. Daryl is your go-to guy if you've got a hankering or if you've got that vibe, that Harley thing going on in your blood. Here's your guy right now, a member of our community. Thank you very much, Daryl. Talk to you soon, bro.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. There it is, Daryl. Now we got a Harley guy in here. 8171, you're next up. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Beverly. How are you today?
I had the phone laying down here, and I just picked it up. Okay. So
how are those 3 videos working out for you?
They're not.
Okay, is that?
Not at all. So they have not. I just checked it again this morning. I've been trying to be patient, and because I did want to get through the training, but they are still not able to watch them.
Oh, this is very hard.
I know.
It's heartbreaking for me.
I don't know. I'm going through a time when there's things like, or you know how you got like kind of a block, or things get in the way, or you have issues, and one after the other, and I don't know why I'm going through all these things right now, but God knows, and I know He's taking care of me, but it's just
it's part of the. It's part of the process, Beverly. Okay, I just sent in another note to Carl down there in the support area, and we'll see what we can do to get those things. But don't let that stand in your way, okay? Don't let those 3 videos stand in your way, okay?
I'm not. I'm still, my traffic is still flowing. I haven't really, I haven't made a sale yet, but I believe I will. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
Yes.
And I mean,
yes,
I'm hanging in there. It's one thing that you can say about me. I'm persistent. I am persistent.
Well, there's more things I can say about you. You know, one of them is charming, okay? You use the word persistent. You're also charming. You're lovely to have hanging around the neighborhood with us. And you're a dear. That's all there is to it. I got to tell you, I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I want to get this thing going with you. But remember what we heard this morning? What was it that Doug Wellen sent me a thing, came from Orlando Thompson? He said, I just made 2 sales last night, all from just allowing my traffic package to flow. The day before that, I made 1 sale. Traffic Authority, simply put, is the real deal and rocks. So just be patient and stay focused. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I was just like that other gal. I didn't know if I should put a limit on, of course, my funds are limited, so I didn't know if I should put a limit on my traffic, but maybe I should just let it
well, you want to keep some momentum going, Beverly. Thank you very much for jumping in here. And we're going to get those 3 videos over to you, okay? We're doing our best to get that over. I just got a word in, and one of our guys, Diamond Dave, is going to work with you to get those videos handled for you. 1650 is next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Barry in Tucson, how are you?
I'm doing great, Barry. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Enjoying the show, listening to all the rest of the tribe. Looking forward to a great training, Webby, tonight. From what I've read, it looks like there's going to be some awesome stuff gone through and this and that and revealed, and want to mention. Go ahead.
What would help you? Okay, like we do these training webinars, and I'm looking for some feedback. Like, what is it that would really benefit the ninjas? Okay, so this evening we're going to do is bring out some of our traffic control board people, and we're going to be talking about some of the tools, and we're going to be talking about the benefits of some of these tools and how do you really use them, so that you really have some hands-on, aside from the videos, which are awesome. They tell the whole story. We're going to bring some people in here, real people that you recognize and that you see them, you hear them on the radio, and you're going to be able to see their faces, and they're going to show you and talk to you about some of the stuff that they're using to accelerate their business. That's what I think would be helpful today, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be great, and I'm really looking forward to it, I also want to mention, I just want to say, this is the place to come for information, inspiration, and validation. And you, Joe, I want to thank you. I haven't thanked you in a while. I was up the other morning. It must have been 5:30. It was still dark. And I click on there, and I see an email you put out at 3:29. I mean, gotta love you, man. I mean, you put in the hours and make this show. You make this show rock and everything rolls. So, wanted to add that in there. That's about it, bud.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Barry. Thanks for coming out here and being a supporter of what we do here for such a long time. I know you've been coming around here since the very beginning. I mentioned earlier today that we've been out here since February every single day. You're one of the guys been here pretty much that whole time. I really appreciate you, Barry. I appreciate you and the stories that you share with us and the courage that you demonstrate. I still think about that birthday party when you stood up and you invited the other people in the restaurant to to wish a happy birthday to your son, Christopher. It was a good story, and it still resonates. Thank you very much, Barry.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. Barry checking in. Let's go back to the Shy. This is area code 480. I think this is a Chicagoan. 2646, you're next up. Maybe I'm wrong. 2646, good morning. That's Arizona. 2646, are you there?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you so much for taking the time to go through all of these questions. I bet that's kind of a marathon session for you.
Every single day. I'm up to like 10 hours a week. Who's this?
Oh, gosh. This is Alistair, and I'm actually in a unique situation. I've been hired by somebody who is part of Traffic Authority to help run her Traffic Authority program. Mm-hmm. And we're having a challenge right now with her site where her credit, it's saying, she got an email saying that she needs to have her credit card updated for both Traffic Authority, Traffic Optimizer, and the reseller's license. And she followed all the instructions that the support person gave her to go into billing and update and affiliate a card with each of those programs. But we still got notice that the system has canceled or suspended her account. So we're trying to get that resolved. And I'm not seeing anywhere in her site where the link is to start collecting the points from showing up to calls like this and doing our daily marketing plan. So it's a bit of a twofold.
All right. The first thing I'm going to ask you is, what is the full name of the person who's having a problem that you're working with?
It's Kyla Dillard, and I can spell that out if you need.
Please.
KYLA DILLARD.
Okay. We'll get that handled. I'll get that into the support desk for you. Did you send in you did send in a support ticket? They told you what to do, and it's still not working. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah. And then, like I said, when I'm in the account trying to log the points, I don't see that link that comes up.
Okay.
I know there's some sort of link that says, okay, track here for your points in the Halloween contest. I'm not getting that Halloween contest link.
All right. Well, it's there, and I'm looking in my member back office right now, and I'll tell you where to find it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
If you log into the member back office, you log in, there's a home page, and if you look across the top, there's like a dashboard logo and then a shopping cart logo. And then there's a logo for the Traffic Optimizer, and a logo, and then there's one for Traffic Academy. And the last one is resellers. If you click that, click resellers.
Yep.
And then the second row, you have system setup, business plan, business center. Click on business center, and boom, there it is. Halloween contest, 20,000 in prizes and giveaways. Join the contest right now.
Not and then it's not there.
It's not there. When you click on business, you click on Business Center, and then you click on Home. What do you see when you click on Business Center and you click on Home? Tell me what you see.
Where is the button for Home?
It's when you click on. There's two rows. When you click on Reseller, click on Reseller.
Yeah, I'm into the Reseller, and I'm into the Business Center tab. I think this might be part of the problem because the suspension, because I'm clicking into Business Center and I don't get anything. I'm still on the main page saying the reseller license includes make money to sell our products, earn X amount per sale.
All right, let me.
They might be tied together.
That's the only thing I can figure, and so I'm on this for you. Okay, I'm on this for you.
All right, I really appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you for calling in. We do our best to get everybody's situations handled here. 9190, you're next up in the queue.
Oh, this is Earl Teets, the mountain man out of Troy, Montana, and it's just exciting to see what's happening here with Traffic Authority. You cannot get on the internet and not see testimonies of people earning their first checks that are taking action with what they got. So I was thinking, I see some people having challenges, and I see a lot of people succeeding, and what seems to be the difference between the two. And, not to sound negative or anything, I'm really blessed to see this opportunity for what it is. And sometimes I think if you don't have a business that costs $50,000 to $100,000 to start, it robs you as an entrepreneur because you don't take it serious. And I want everybody to think real hard about what did you invest into. And I'm going to use a little parable here, mountain style. You go up into the woods and you got 10 people that are going to use a chainsaw and they're going to fall a tree as a logger, and your life depends on being able to fall them trees. And at the end of the day, everybody's bragging, I got 10 trees down today, I got 50 trees down today, I got 30 trees down today. And you got the one city boy that ain't never been in the woods before, never even logged or had a chainsaw before, and he's just scratching his head at the end of the day, can't figure out why he has not even felled his first tree yet. So they're standing around the campfire waiting for the daylight to get started so they could go to work the next morning. And the most experienced logger looks at this new guy and he says, I'm going with you today. And we're going to figure out why you're not falling any trees. And they go out there and they get up to their first tree. And the experienced logger reaches down, puts his chainsaw on the ground, sticks his foot through the handle so it's safe, and he pulls the rope and that chainsaw starts. And the new guy just, his eyes get wide, and he looks up at the guy and he says, hey, man, what's that noise? And you don't want to be like the new guy that ain't never been out in the woods before, but the bottom line is, if you don't pull the rope on that saw, or you don't start up that chainsaw, you ain't going to fall any trees. We have a back office jam-packed with videos. It doesn't cost $1 to watch those videos. And if you take the time to go through each and every one of those videos, you're going to see a whole plethora of instructions on what and how to do. You spend the money to buy the saw. It doesn't mean that saw is going to go out there and fall the trees for you. You still got to put chainsaw gas in it. You still got to put bar oil on it so the bar don't get too hot and the chain moves. You got to sharpen the chain. So when you get involved with traffic authority, you got to get on the radio shows. You got to get on these Tuesday webinars. You got to promote these Thursday webinars. You got to be part of the game, not just spend the money and then expect it to work for you. There is a lot of tools that'll work. It's like a fisherman going fishing. And another guy sits there and he sees this guy with a tackle box. And he says, what are you doing? And he says, well, I'm grabbing the right fly to put the right fly on the pole. The fish bite different flies at different times of the day. That's what that's for. I thought you're just supposed to sit on it. He opens up the tackle box and pulls the flies out of the tackle box. The other fisherman thought it was just a chair to sit on. You got tools to use right here at Traffic Authority. And when you've got help to use the tools, which is this radio show when you get stuck, you can't find a better place with everything. You just got to grab what you want, and you got to go for it. You're not going to spend $1 million for a McDonald's franchise and not have to go in and, buy in Traffic Authority and get started with this, and then, I didn't put any work into it. I didn't go to the back office. I didn't go to the webinars. I didn't invite anybody to it. I don't think the business works. Well, think about what I'm saying here. That's like spending $1 million to buy a McDonald's franchise and going, man, I'm going to get rich. But you refuse to open the doors and unlock them, turn on the lights, and let the people in to cook the food for them so you can make some money. You got to put some effort into your business, and when you put the effort into your business every day, you're going to see success. That's the bottom line. This is such an awesome community. And what do we have? Think about it. What entrepreneur doesn't need traffic to their website? And then ask yourself this question. They're already an entrepreneur. They spent money to start their business. They know it costs money every month to operate a business as an entrepreneur. So they're not going to ask you if the business takes food stamps to get started. They've got the money. They've already got the money. Think about what I'm saying. If you've got a physical, tangible product, how many people say they don't have the money? You're working with 18 million entrepreneurs just in the United States. They all need traffic to their website. So when you've got the tools and you know how to use the tools, that puts the odds of you winning the game in your favor. It's just a blessing to have all of this, to be able to see all of this in motion, and to be part of it. I just thank you for allowing us to be here, Joe. This is just awesome.
Earl, thank you very much. The Mountain Man checking in with words of wisdom. And tonight I think we'll be featuring a little video called It's Not About the Nail. You know, it's so easy. I mean, it's out right there. You're so correct. It really is right there for the taking, as they say. 18 million potential clients. We've got all the training in the world. We've got, and it's inexpensive, and it's amazing. Thank you very much. Earl, the Mountain Man, checking in. 4458, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. It's June from Wyoming. How are you today?
I'm great, June. How are you this morning?
I'm awesome. Just excited about the webinar tonight and just loving this radio show. I just haven't talked to you for a few days, so I thought I'd check in.
Thanks for checking in. Want to make sure that you're still in the neighborhood. Glad to hear from you.
Yeah, I got 10 new leads overnight, and I posted on Facebook already, just doing the thing like Joe would say, and and it's working. I do. I've been so busy. I've been traveling to Montana and Colorado and just crazy. So I turn my leads down to like $10 a day when I'm gone, and but I only had it on $10 last night, and woke up this morning with 10 new leads. So that's crazy.
Dollars. Can't beat that, huh?
Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to say, pretty excited, and the leads are still rolling in, and I, like Steve Schumacher, decided to go ahead and take a job just so I had more money to buy more traffic, and so I'll be starting a job on top of it all. So, but that's okay, because I'm just going to put all the money back into traffic, and I'm quite sure that I'm positive that it'll all be worth it in the end.
You know what? The top earners here, if you take a look at the leaderboard, every single top person that's in there had their first day. Everybody gives it time. You know, remember, I mean, where are you gonna be in a year anyway? Where are you gonna be in 2 years? Look at Vincent Ortega Jr., right? He says it took him 2 years before he made one nickel. And he spent multiple six figures trying to figure it out and going to school and learning stuff. He was in debt up to his eyeballs, right? This guy was 6 figures in debt. And then boom shakalaka, all that education, all that consistency, the next thing you know, one sale becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, and eventually it happens. Period. End of story. It must, as long as you stay in it. You know that, June.
That's right. Thank you so much. I just love this morning show, Joe, and I just want to thank you.
You're welcome, June. Thank you very much. Really appreciate hearing from you. We'll keep it moving. I've got 9098 is next up in the queue. Good morning, 9098.
Hey, Joe. How you doing? This is Tahir from Los Angeles, California.
Tahir, how are you today?
I'm doing fabulous. Just got back in town from Spain, Barcelona, and I missed you guys. I was able to check in and just listen to some of the calls, but they charge you for all the Internet access. But I was just grateful to be here, and I was excited to get back and get to it and turn the traffic back on, and I'm glad I got to be on the call today. And being over there in Europe just made me realize what possibilities are there, because with the Traffic Authority, it's just moving much faster than I've ever experienced in online business. And I've been doing it a long time, and lots of frustration, and I really appreciated that quote by Napoleon Hill, being wanting to go forward even when fear and doubt are beating down on you. But the call just keeps me motivated, and so grateful to be here and grateful to hear Earl the Mountain Man, and it's good to be on the call.
It's awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate hearing from you, Tahir. I was wondering where you've been. I'm glad that you're back in Barcelona, Spain. The other day I did a little research, and I come up with, I think, I'll have to do the math again tomorrow, but I think it was 27 countries. We're in 27 countries now around the world. People who have, joined our community and have purchased traffic and are showing up every single day, which is a big number. And I'm sure Spain was in there. It has to be. Barcelona, Spain. That's on my bucket list for sure. Barcelona, Spain. Thank you, Tahir. Thanks for the kind words. Glad to have you back in the neighborhood. We'll keep it
Glad to
moving.
be back.
Thank you very much. Glad to have you back. 4088, you're next up in the queue. Good morning. 4088.
That sounds like me, Kawan from Vegas.
Kawan, how are you this morning?
All right, how you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for calling in. What's happening in your neighborhood?
Same old. Got 10 leads yesterday overnight while asleep. Woke up, got in contact with all of them today. Same old thing. Just on today, sending some positive energy vibes to the community, getting everybody jump started in a positive way. Hopefully it will translate to everybody else and keep this nice positive cloud amongst us.
Thank you very much for jumping in here today, and I want to thank you. Yesterday you shouted out a tool that people can use, and using that tool will put them in touch with people and give them other information. It was peoplesmart.com. Thank you for that. I really, really do appreciate your support, Kawan. And you said that you reached out, right? So you had 10 leads overnight. So when you say that you reached out, what do you mean by that? Did you send them a personal note? Did you look them up using PeopleSmart? Did you give them a call? Did you hit them on Facebook? What did you do exactly?
First thing I do is I put every lead into PeopleSmart, and I will say this: when the leads was when traffic had slowed down a couple of weeks ago, and I got impatient because I'm the type of person that just wants to hit the ground running. So I ain't gonna lie, I got impatient and I started looking out to other lead sources until our traffic started running again. So I had purchased a couple of other solo ads, a couple of other leads, and I will say that Traffic Authority's traffic is definitely hands down quality traffic, because if you put the leads into PeopleSmart, it'll tell you right there. It'll tell you if these people are online, if these people have a Facebook page, and it'll also tell you if this email's been blacklisted, which is huge, and it'll tell you if it even exists. It'll say this email doesn't exist. So that kind of lets you do away with the bounce rate. You can kind of filter out your own emails, and you can kind of see the quality of the traffic. Because I feel personally, if a person is opting in and they're saying that they're looking for an online business and they don't even have a Facebook and they don't even have just basic stuff online, then I don't really see that as a serious person trying to start a business online. Because as a marketer, you're gonna have, at the very least, you're gonna have a Facebook page or a Twitter, and they have neither. So that's the first red flag. So most of the traffic that I put in from Traffic Authority, almost, I would say 90% of it pops up with an actual person and an actual profile. And the other thing I like about that too is everybody's not the same. So let's say you have a certain capture page that might grab people's attention. Like I have one that's a little bit more hip. It's got rap playing in the background. It's showing social proof. So for someone maybe a little bit younger, that would be a good video to send them. But for someone maybe a little bit older, that wouldn't be a good video to send. So I wouldn't have the same kind of conversions that I would have if I would have sent that video to somebody my age versus send it to someone that's 20, 30 years older. So by being able to plug it into PeopleSmart, look and see a face, see a name, it kind of gives you a reference point. Say, okay, now I know how to talk to this person. This is a little bit, okay, she's 60, 70 years old. I'm going to have to talk to her different if I was talking to someone that was 25, 30 years old. So it helps you to be able to put a face with the name, actually put a face and a name with the email, and then it kind of helps you be able to get at that person. Now, a good example of that is one of the people that I had reached out to yesterday. When I looked at my emails today to start reaching out to the new people, the new leads I got today, it was actually someone in my inbox thanking me that I had reached out to him yesterday. And she gave me a story that told me she was actually in a bind. She was living out her car right now. Her husband just went to prison. She's in a bad way. She said they used to make street money, and she wants to go legit now and make some legit money. But if I would have never reached out to that person yesterday and talked to him in a personal way, that person would have never. There's probably a good chance that person would have never got back at me. So she got back at me, thanking me, and then I reached back out to her. So I don't know where that's going to go yet, but it's that personal connection that's going to get you guys a lot further than just the automated emails. The automated emails will get their attention, but it's up to you to close. And if you have that concept, and if you don't just try and put this thing on automatic, yes, it still might work for you. I mean, the emails are there to do what they do, but it's up to us to close. If we close, I guarantee you would have a lot more conversions than just letting the system do all the work for you, basically.
Excellent. Thank you very much, man. That's good advice coming from somebody who knows what's going on. I really appreciate you coming out here, Kawan. That's very, very good advice. That website again was
peoplesmart.com.
peoplesmart.com. Excellent. And thank you very much for edifying the traffic, right? There is traffic out there. You can get traffic for pennies, for next to nothing, but what you're buying is a robot. It's not even a real human being. It's just robo-traffic. And we've got quality control put in place here to do our very, very best to ensure that these are real human beings that really are looking for an option. 5677, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Hi, Joe.
Hello.
It's Dale Ann.
Hey,
Hi,
Dale
Joe.
Ann, how are you? Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm back from Las Vegas.
Excellent. How was Vegas?
It was great. It was great. But I wanted to talk a little bit today about the 24 hours we have in a day.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make it work, you need to get up an hour earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Because it will give you an extra 5 hours a day if you're just working a 5-hour week. And that extra hour, let's say I personally get up at 5 o'clock every day, so I have an extra hour in my day. So I check my emails, I go in, I answer emails, I check my traffic authority to see how things are working. But if you're disciplined, like Greg was talking about on Saturday, you have to do those little extra things to make your business work. And if you just do what you're supposed to do, and we have everything available to us through Traffic Authority, just work the system, and the system will work for us. So if you need an extra $5 in your week, get up an hour earlier, and there you go.
And how simple is that, right? It's really about a decision. What are you going to do with your time, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I want to thank everyone for being on the call today. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to our training tonight.
Thank you very much, Dale Ann. Welcome back from Vegas, which is a cool place to be. What a great idea. Get up an hour earlier. You pick up an extra 5 hours. Actually, if you make it on the weekends, you pick up an extra 7 hours per week. Multiply that times 52 weeks. You got a lot of time on your hands, man. 6392, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great.
Mallory from...
Mallory, how are you? You broke out there for a second. All I heard was, "This is Mallory from," and then it was silence.
Well, it must have just wanted me to come out today because I didn't press 1. It just all of a sudden my phone says, "You are now in the queue," and I was like, I didn't even touch 1, but I guess
it's
I'll
Halloween.
Just come out and say,
It's Halloween week. There it is, huh?
Yeah. So I just wanted to say thanks, everybody, and you know what? I missed you guys the last day. I didn't get on yesterday. I was with my girlfriend helping her for her wedding, but hey, I still made sure I got here today, and just keep plugging it, and let's just keep getting to work and playing in traffic. You know what?
Excellent.
Yesterday I had 5 new leads yesterday. Today, or the day before, sorry, and then yesterday there was nothing. It comes and it goes, but some days it's discouraging, some days it's not, but we just got to remember that, like you said, everyone had their first day, and I got to keep remembering that for myself. So thank you for everything you do, Joe. I love you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much, Mallory, checking in from Canada. Let's keep it going here. It's 2646. Hello. 2646. All right, 2646, I'll come back to you. 2550, you're next up. 2550.
Good morning, Joe. Ree Sutton, White Lake, North Carolina. Hope you're doing well.
Ree, how are you today? How are you?
I'm doing great. I need some information from you. I think you were the one that spoke about a book you read a long time ago, The Power of Goal Setting. Am I remembering that correctly?
The Power of Goal Setting. Yeah, I probably, but I don't. I've got so many books related to goal setting. But I can't recall. Go ahead.
I think you said that it had made a tremendous difference in your life, and there's several with the names similar to that. I totally agree with what Dale Ann said, and I totally believe that the goal setting is hugely important with anybody making success, being successful in anything, and just staying focused and keeping that in front of you. What do you really want? Identify it and go for it.
You know, Ree, this kind of reminds me of where we started our discussion this morning when I was talking about the Apollo 13 mission.
Exactly.
You know, that you want to talk about setting a goal and then relentless. You know, we talk about persistence without exception in that story of Apollo 13? Was there was one option? The only option was success, because if they didn't succeed, if they didn't accomplish the goal, then 3 people would be dead in space. It's a true story. And go ahead.
That's what'll happen to us too if we don't stay. But
that's true. Ree, thank you very much. Thanks for chiming in here this morning. There are so many goal-setting books.
If you can think of that, I would love you to give me the author of the book.
I'll post it on Facebook, okay? I'll go through my category of stuff I got. Okay, thank you very much. Ree Sutton, you guys know who Ree is. If you want to learn more about Ree, you can see she's one of the 40 videos available to you in the business opportunity section of the member back office. Ree has a remarkable story. Ree is 60-something years young, and I think made $5,000 or something in her first month. Ree, what was your number when you first came out of the gate, when you got started here with not a lot of experience?
I think $2,800 in a week.
In your first week, there it is. Without a lot of knowledge with internet marketing, just none. It's paint by numbers here. And let's go back to 2646. Is this Alice?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Alice, no problem.
Yes, it is. Kyla actually needed me to pass on that she's also been locked out of her billing account, so she can't even get in to update her card right now. And for some reason, there has been some challenge with the customer support, like getting back to each other. But I'm thinking that may have been part of, I know that you've been hiring some new folks lately, so.
Yes, and thank you very much for bringing that to our attention, and I've sent that in to Carl, who's one of our ninjas, our personal ninja, who takes care of our stuff, takes care of the stuff on behalf of this group, who shows up here every single morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank everybody who took the time to join us today. Thank you, Ree and Alice, Mallory, Dale, Kawan, what a great trainer. Kawan, Tahir, welcome back. Spent some time in Barcelona, Spain. June from Wyoming, who's been traveling around that part of the country. I want to thank Earl, the mountain man. What an amazing character you are, sir. Thank you very, very much. Want to thank Barry and Beverly and Daryl again. Daryl, the Harley Davidson dude from Iowa. Thank you, Charles, from the Pocono Mountains. And welcome, Dana, Charles, brand new person. Wendy, thank you. Larry, Steve, Kenneth, Fred, Southside Fred, I found you already, Fred. I accepted you as my newest Facebook friend. Cherie, thank you, Jane. And I want to thank Frank. I want to thank Frank, who joined us here this morning and broke us out of the gate. I want to thank everybody who took the time to listen to us today. Remember, we do have a webinar tonight, trafficweblive.net. Trafficweblive.net is the registration page for tonight's webinar. Trafficweblive.net. We're going to be a reseller training. We're going to go over some cool stuff this evening. That takes place at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back here tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to give you a fresh start, a jump start to your day. RadioLeverage.com. Remember to go and like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, and pick up some points. Ready? Here's the tally for today. You got 3 points for listening to the radio show, 3 points for viewing the marketing plan, 5 points for registering and attending tonight's webinar, and go post a Facebook comment this morning or this afternoon and give yourself 5 big points. There you are. 16 points right out of the gate. You need some more points? Get some traffic. That's simple. Again, thank you guys for being here. Let's go play in some traffic. And as I say every day, play in traffic, but look both ways before crossing. Thank you, guys.